You ever hear the statement, waste not, want not? Well, it applies very, very big in a quick service industry. Running a fast food restaurant is very much hard work. It may seem easy to those or simplistic to those that are the customers coming in, but for a leader, it's actually hard. And it's even harder when you ignore the signs that your business is somehow failing due to a variety of mistakes. And I think of one of the biggest mistakes that happen has to do with cost of goods, the waste of food or the waste of paper products. It's believed that 60% of restaurants fail within the first year of doing business, and 80% of businesses do not make it to year 4. Now think about that. That's huge. I mean, it's over half of businesses fail within the first year, and 80%, only 20% of businesses that began make it into year 4. That's crazy, because of the variety of mistakes that are being made in the failing restaurant business. So as a quick service restaurant owner, you've got to pay close attention to what happens inside your store with your team and with your food and the preparation and so forth, your customers, but also what's happening outside your store, maybe on the property, in the economy, or maybe in the community itself. So like they say, waste not, want not is the title of this episode. We can't waste our food because we're going to be out of food, and then our customer's going to say, hey, do you have this? And you're going to say, no, I'm sorry, we're out. Or else you don't have the right size straws. And that's so frustrating for a customer because you got a little child's bendy straw because you're out of the large straws because your paper goods, the inventory order was not correct. Or else you dropped an entire case on the floor and now they're all dirty and you can't use them. And that's a cost. There's a cost in business to these things, and we've got to get better at these. And so let's talk about the food cost. The waste of food is wasted money. Ask yourself the question, do your employees know the right portions, and are they giving, for your products, are they giving the right portions correctly? That's a big one. A lot of times, there's the cost of a taco or the cost of a sandwich. There's a certain portion sizing, and if we're not giving them, if it's 8 count nugget and you're giving 9, think about it. If everybody got 9 nuggets instead of 8, that's a huge cost over the course of a year. So also you might think about this. How much product hits the floor every day in a shift? In the first shift, second shift, or maybe there's a third shift. How much product actually hit in the floor? That's a waste, right? Are the team members that are placing the truck order, are they on autopilot when they place the truck order? Because if they are on autopilot and they're just kind of going through the motions, you're going to have more product than you can actually serve, and some of it's going to spoil. Or some of it's going to get, pushed around, dropped on the floor, not picked up in time. Water's going to hit it from scrubbing the floor, and it's going to be ruined, you see? So you want to make sure you have the right amount. But also, if they're on autopilot, they may not bring enough product in. And of course, no one likes it when you come into a chicken establishment and you're out of chicken, right? You want to make sure you have plenty of that. But what about this? Are you meeting with your suppliers regularly as the business owner? I mean, those people that are bringing in certain aspects to your business, are you meeting with them? Are you connecting with them? Are you talking with them? They're keeping you abreast of high rising costs and maybe depletion. There was a time when a lot of salads, we weren't able to make them because of a lettuce shortage and so forth, a cabbage shortage, or maybe they don't have a bread, it's short, or maybe toilet paper went on, there was a crisis for toilet paper and no one could get that. You see, those kinds of things you've got to talk to your suppliers about. But what are the cost of goods in your paper? The paper products that are coming in, the non-edible necessities that help you to run your business. When you throw away a single sleeve of cups that fell on a dirty floor and now they're ruined, there's a cost in that, right? That sleeve of cups maybe didn't cost a whole lot initially, but you do that on a regular basis and you're going to cost the business a lot. What about this? When you lay a bundle of napkins on a wet counter and now half of them absorb that wetness and you can't use them, or straws, paper covered straws are laid on the counter and now they've saturated the water and now you can't use those straws. There's a cost in that. Get this. The National Restaurant Association says that the average restaurant, and this is of January this year, loses 4 to 10% of food as waste. In 1 year, think about that, 10% of your food is tossed out in waste over the course of a year. Restaurants also generate 1.5 billion, that's with a B, billion pounds of paper waste in a single year. Now think about that. That's incredible to have that. And that's just in receipt paper. Wow. That's not talking about napkins. It's not talking about the little thing, the straw wrapper and so forth. Just in receipt paper, 1.5 billion pounds of paper waste just in receipt paper in the course of a year. Just think about how full your dumpsters get from 1 week to the next. Some restaurants from just in 2 days, they're actually full. So I believe that the best option for you to reduce and minimize the high cost of food and paper waste is very, very simple. It's just in 4 steps. The first step is you got to hire the right people. You got the wrong people working in your organization, and they don't care because they can't see your paper waste from their house. They don't feel the food waste from their house, right? So you want to hire the right people, but also you've got to train them according to the store standards. They've got to be trained. Training is a component that's missing in many, many organizations today. And as a result, there's higher food waste and there's higher paper waste. The third thing is you got to release to the marketplace those that will not comply with your standard. You got to let them go. You got to fire them. You got to release them. Let them go. If they're not going to play ball with you in your store and take food cost and paper cost serious, then they got to be let go. And the last thing is you got to evaluate your systems and processes on the regular. Some things are no longer working, and you wouldn't know that because you're not evaluating them. So those 4 things, the hiring and the training and the firing and the evaluating, those things have to take place, because in terms of our minimizing our waste, we will always have what is needed for our customer when we get that right. Waste not, want not.